just wanted to make another video. I'm not really sure about what. Actually, I've just uploaded a couple of new videos of chemtrails and awesome looking clouds. And well, it's pretty nifty. Check them out if you want to. At the moment I'm really busy preparing for my child. I'm gonna be a father. Yeah, right. I'm gonna freak shit out. And well, we're getting there slowly. And busy preparing for next year. Because not only am I going to be a father, I'm also going to be well, trying to live without property and financial income. I will try to get myself at some place where I can grow my own food and work for the time I live there, I use their stuff. So it's not that I'm not willing to help this society get back on its tracks. I haven't given it up totally, but the financial economic part of it is not gonna work. It's failed us numerous times, and still we continue to try and save the financial economy. Even though this economy is not a true economy, it does not save up things, it just generates money, nothing else. And well, for a time it worked. I mean, we have this wonderful society we build up with each other. It's not perfect, of course not, but well, it is society, and it is that thing we build up together with this structure, but we're all seeing it's failing, so we need something else. And a simple fact, our government will not apparently do anything about it. The only thing they want to do is give the banks more money and get more debt, and guess who's gonna pay that? That's us. And what are they going to do with the money? Buy weapons for peace missions. I mean, what the fuck? Stop that bullshit, and I will start working for money again. Well, probably not, but oh well. I mean, how on earth did we get at this point? I mean, think of it. According to mainstream media, we've been at it for about 7,000 years. According to alternative media, we've been at it for a little bit longer than that. Let's say 200,000 years or so. Yeah, and I agree. Where are the stories about that? Well, ever heard of myths and legends? It could be those are very true. Could also be big bullshit, of course. We do not know. But what we have seen in each and every story is the division of humanity. the division of life. They divided, first they divided the human race from the rest of the life somehow. At least in our minds they did. Of course it's not true, we are still one with the universe. And then they proceeded to put us in separate cages. We call them houses these days, but they're just cages. To divide us even more, even amongst ourselves. This has been happening before Jesus, before Julius Caesar also, who made clear that he used this tactics, divide and conquer. But it has always been like this. We've always, at least as far as we know, we have always been ruled by a ruling class that try to divide us. You haven't noticed this? Look around you. There's going to be people that agree with me, there's going to be people that don't agree with me, there's going to be people that don't even give a shit about what I'm saying, and there's going to be people that partially agree with me. You have 4 parties just because I am telling you something. And true, this might look like it's done by ourselves, but think of this. We have our schools these days. Those are government projects. And they're supposed to be to make the populace smarter. Right. Another agenda which you will not hear is they raise slaves. They don't want you to be smart, they want you to listen to authority. Just the other day this neighbor came by, and she has a 4-year-old kid, and she said, I'm coming here, I need to escape my child. She's so obstinate. She there was no problem until she went to school. She was a nice kid, she did what her parents asked of her. Until she got to school. 1 week. After 1 week, this child was impossible to live with, because she didn't want to do anything, she constantly said no. I mean, it's freaky, man. What the fuck is up with that? It's obvious that the soul of this child tells her, this is not the way I need to live. So, rise against it. And I don't know if you remember your first day at school. But it is a fact that most kids do not want to go to the first day of school. And once they are there, they understand why. Because it sucks. Think of this. You have teachers that work for money. Yes? Primarily for money. There are exceptions, of course, but mostly they work for money. They don't work to educate people because they love the subject. No, they work for money. So, then you have these kids, they get different kinds of classes. Most of the shit they don't even care about. Gosh, they don't want to learn that. You see, there's a few factors that lead to good education. One of them is motivation. If there is none, it will not work. Yes, does that come across? So you have teachers that are not motivated and students that are not motivated. And what is the fucking result of it? Bullshit. Of course it's bullshit. And of course every kid needs some basics. Some basics. And then it needs to be shown what are his or her options before we continue. At present, we are forced for the first, I think, 10 years, give or take 1 or 2 years. That's forced education. If a child says, I don't want it, we do not listen to it, because fuck it, he needs to go to school. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? If you want to educate people instead of making them slaves as we do now. It all comes down to money. It starts at school. It continues at your job. It continues continually. Even after you have proven you've worked for like 40 years, you're getting a pension. Which most of the time isn't enough, but... And we're cutting those pensions. It's ridiculous. These are the folks that made this world happen, and we tell them, fuck you, we don't care. We're gonna take your money. We're gonna take your means of living. This is the world we live in. Look at Greece. These poor bastards don't have their pensions anymore because fucking Goldman Sachs needed some fucking income. And that's the hard truth of it. You might not realize it, you might disagree with it, but fact is, there is a Goldman Sachs guy there running the show right now. Open your fucking eyes. So, bottom line is, you could try to protest. It won't work, they won't listen, they'll send in the fucking troops and beat your ass. You could join their fight and start throwing Molotovs at the police. It won't work. Now people won't even listen to you. So people don't want to listen to you. What else is there to do? Take action. Take real action. Have the balls to do what is necessary. Right? Don't start any violence. It will not work. We have seen this in the last 7,000 years. They have tried and tried. It never, ever worked. It's bullshit if you try violence. Because you know, I know, the moment the ones you've intimidated get this chance, they will fuck you up. Why? Because you forced it on them. So what did I do? Did I try to make you do a fucking zombie? With fluoride in your water, with GMO in your food, as your food, I must say. With chemtrails in the sky. With education that does not add up to anything. I mean, if you have another solution than my solution, please, tell me. I don't want to stop making money and live my life like any other normal person would. But fuck it, I'm not willing to pay a fucking dime for bailouts for banks that are too big to fail, for peace mission where they bring their own guns, for wars that I do not give a fuck about. I am unwilling to pay for people that don't represent me but represent the banks and the big corporations. They're supposed to represent me because I chose them, but they say shit. Oh, we're promising this, we're promising that, and they do exactly the opposite. In 2010, our elections. You probably heard of Mr. Wilders. He was, well, in the election campaign he said to his people, right, first things first, the age on which you can have your pension should not go up. This was his breaking point, and I think a lot of people voted for him just because of that. And he knew. He fucking knew. What does this motherfucker do the moment he is in the fucking government? Well, those pension ages don't really matter to me. And this year still people voted for this fucker. It's same like promising you I will give you fucking $10 million, and when the time comes I'm gonna say, well, sorry, I won't. It's not that important to me. And you go like, oh well, that's okay, here's my vote again. That's stupid. Plain and fucking stupid. So, what can we do? Protesting doesn't work. Voting doesn't work if it's frauded. I mean, what the fuck? We've seen it in Russia. 140% of the votes? What the fuck is up with that? We've seen it in America. Time and again. We see it in my own country, the Netherlands. Just this year, there were... The elections were given free even before every vote was counted. No, they didn't say, we think it might be like this. No, they said it is like this. No, there's no fraud at all. What the fuck am I saying? That's bullshit. Democracy does not work this way. It does not. And I'm not a fan of this kind of democracy. Because it's not working for the people. It's just working for a couple of peoples. Who get all the money and all the goods. And I'm betting these fuckers are fucking stashing their weapons right now at this fucking moment. And stashing their resources right now. Because they know it ain't gonna work like this forever. They figured that the bomb would have burst long time ago. But wait a minute. These people are stupid. They're not rising. Let's get another nudge before they start waking up. And another one. God, they're really stupid. They still don't figure it out. Let's fuck them up some more. I don't know if there's some fucking conspiracy going on against the population. It seems that way. Especially whenever someone tries to say something like this on TV. The reactions on this, it's mind-boggling. Oh, you're crazy, how can you say that? Oh, you blasphemer and this and that. And I'm like, what the fuck, you just said the facts. You just stated the facts. And given a logical sounding conclusion to it. That's what happens. That's what you and I see. That's what I see. No. I don't see any other solution than just not buying into their shit. So I'm gonna live without money. I'm gonna try and get myself into some eco-village. And grow my own food. Make my own clothes. Make my own shit. And say, fuck you society, you have failed. I'm going to work on a new society. And I pray to God and I hope dearly that I will not be alone in this. Because if I'm gonna be alone in this, it's not gonna work. Who the fuck is going to care if one guy dies because he doesn't want to have money? But that's on you, motherfucker. It's on you because you do not want to fight for your future. It's as if you do not want our race to survive the future. And for what? For a little bit of money? Are you fucking stupid? Are you really that stupid? Because you know it's fiat money. Fiat, you know what that means? It means everybody has to agree that it's worth something, or else it's not worth something. Do you get that through your thick motherfucking skull? You have to say, yes, it's worth something before it's worth something. I personally say money is not worth something. Money is not worth my energy and my time. It has failed. And we have our governments and our banks to thank for that. But not them alone. It's our own fault too, because we did not do anything to stop this bullshit. And as long as we do not do anything, we can point to the banks and to the government whatever we want. It will not change. not change. Why not? Because these fuckers believe money is everything. Money is their god. We need to teach these people that money is not a god. That you do not worship money. And if you want to do it without violence, there's only one way to go. And they will fucking fuck you up. Probably jail you, beat your ass, doesn't matter. Don't use money. It's as fucking simple as that. Go to the bank, tell your bank, I'm gonna dissolve my bank account. Go to your boss, tell him, I do not want your money anymore. Quit working if you do not want me to work for free. And welfare, I'm not going to get any, because I do not wish it. Only reason I would get welfare is because, well, I didn't make it. I was alone. Because no, I'm not going to go that far to die for this, because that won't work either. No, I'm going to show you people it is possible. I cannot do it alone, of course. I need some place to be, some place to stay, a place where I can make some veggies and potatoes, maybe even have some chickens and a goat and stuff like that. And take care of that shit. Make sure I don't use any plastics anymore, for instance. Make sure I don't buy shit that will fuck up this planet. You see, the telephone that you got, that iPad, that iPhone, it's made of some kind of substance that's fucking rare on this planet. And we're wasting it for phones. Are you fucking insane? And yeah, I got one too. What does that matter? I need to be in connection too, just like you. It's not luxury. I'm giving it up, of course, so... So, maybe I'm way out of line, I'm very wrong, and you got this very brilliant idea that does not involve suicide or some shitty bullshit story like that. No, that truly gives criticism in a way I can work with. If you can't give me criticism I cannot work with, well, fuck off. It's not worth my time. Neither is it worth your time. So I'm anxious to know if someone has alternative views on how to live without money, how to make sure this evil is going to be banned out of our lives, or at least made properly. So we have a financial system that works for everyone. Yes? If you can do that, please. Don't stop yourself on my behalf. I don't care if my theories, my solutions to these theories are killed if I get a substitute for it. Because I want to go on with the normal life, just like anybody else. But I fear that if we continue this way, our future is gonna be grim, very grim. doesn't matter if Oswald's New World Order is going to be in effect or not. That's beside the point. The point is we are fucking ourselves up. And it needs to stop. You greedy bastards. It needs to stop. So if you have any alternative, please come quickly to me, because I only have about a month. Then I'm gonna move my shit out. Well, I'll be hearing from you.